Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be doing one that a lot of people have requested, and that is revisiting the Retrobit Super Retro Trio Plus. So this is an HDMI clone system that plays Genesis, Super Nintendo, and NES. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I still have it. It's still used in my house almost every day, to be honest with you. There's a lot of other options out there, but I think, having low-priced options, high-priced options, middle options, it's great. There's definitely tons of ways to play our games. Original hardware, clone hardware, high-end clone hardware, like the stuff that Analog puts out. Very cool stuff. It's even fine playing on your Raspberry Pi or your PC. Doesn't bother me. I do a lot of content on that kind of stuff. But a lot of people wanted to know, do flashcarts work on this system? And at the time when I initially reviewed this when it came out, I did not have any flashcarts available to me. So obviously that has changed, and that's what we're doing here today, is testing out some flashcarts on this system. So first up, we've got the SD2 SNES. We're going to be testing that bad boy out. And then we also have a Mega Everdrive that we're going to be testing out. And then next up, the Everdrive N8. I have a very bad feeling with this because typically with these clone systems and them pretty much just being systems on a chip, Nintendo flashcarts for the NES typically don't work, but we'll find out for sure today. But I also have one more thing that we're going to be testing out, and that, my boys and girls, is the Game Boy Everdrive. So you might be like, what are you talking about, dude? There's no Game Boy slot. Well, duh. We got the Super Game Boy up in the house. Now, I've used this Game Boy Everdrive a lot, but I have only ever used it on an original Game Boy. So this is going to be the first time, for me anyway, that I've tried this with Super Game Boy Everdrive with Super Game Boy, and any of these flashcarts in this system. I have never tried them. So that's what we're doing here today, is we're going to pop them in, test them out, see if they work, and be done with it, right? That's what a lot of people have been asking me to do, and that's what we're doing today. So let's go ahead and get this party started, pop this bad boy in, and see if she works. Let's do it. Okay guys, so we've got all of the flashcarts plugged into their respective slots, and first up on the little power slider on this system is Genesis. So you select your system and it powers it on. And we have the Mega Everdrive booted up, as you can see here. So that is definitely a good sign. So to not waste much time, let's go ahead and jump into a game. So real quick, let's just see if something boots up. We'll try a Sonic game, Sonic and Knuckles with Sonic 3, see if that works. If that works, we're pretty much gonna go with that. Most of the games, if not all, should work just fine. If this boots up and the game plays, it should play just like an original cartridge, so that's definitely a good thing here. No glitching or anything, nothing weird, so that definitely tells us that I believe, very strongly believe, that the Mega Everdrive is definitely a go on the Super Retro Trio Plus. But let's just go ahead and see if we can move around and actually play the game for a second. And yeah, we can. So that is cool. The one thing that I want to check out, and a few people had brought up, is with the Mega Everdrive, we can play Sega Master System games. So typically, the reason for that is that, all the original Sega Genesises, okay, all the original Sega Genesis consoles, had the hardware for, or support for, the Sega Master System built in. With this being a clone system, is this going to function fine? I'm not 100%. I don't know exactly how it works using a Everdrive, but as we see, Genesis games, not an issue. I'm going to go ahead and reset and check out a Master System game, see if that works. Okay, so here we go, Sega Master System. We'll just pick a US game. Let's see. Castle of Illusion. That's a good one. I remember playing the crap out of that game on my Game Gear. I had it on my Sega Game Gear back in the day. I know Master System and Game Gear games are pretty much the same thing. So far, this is a good sign. Little screen glitching. Just on that title anyway, title screen. Not sure if that's just a ROM issue or if that's how these games originally played. I'm not 100% on that, but now I'm not really seeing anything odd. Don't remember exactly how to play this game, to be honest with you. Am I just supposed to avoid the enemies? I guess I can't jump on them. It's been years since I played this. It's seriously since, you know, when this game was available on the Game Gear. That's the last time I played this. I remember really digging it though. So this is a good thing here. We've got a little extra compatibility. Seems like Sega Master System works. Not an issue. So I think with that, we need to just switch on over to the SD2 SNES and see if that works. So let's do it. So here we go. The menu screen popped up. We can select a game. That's definitely a good thing. Let's see here. Just anything random. If a game boots up and plays, then pretty positive the compatibility is good, that the SD2 SNES is going to work. And the cool thing with the SD2 SNES is we do have the MSU1 chip compatibility, so that would definitely be a cool thing. If you guys want me to demonstrate that on this system in a future video, we can, but I'm pretty positive it works just fine on here. But it is a plus with the SD2 SNES. We're going to be doing some more footage with the flashcarts in the near future, just kind of going over them and talking about them, talking about Smoke Monster packs and all that good stuff. So we could probably save that for that time. But definitely cool. We see this works. So that's definitely a great thing. I do not have an Everdrive, SNES Everdrive. I just skipped straight to the SD2 SNES because it has the best compatibility as far as special chip games go. And that's where it's at for me. So unfortunately, cannot test the Everdrive. My assumption would be is that if you have an Everdrive, it should work if the SD2 SNES works. But like I said, I chose this over the Everdrive. It is a heck of a lot more expensive, but for me, the compatibility, the additional compatibility was worth it for the extra money. So that's definitely cool. I think what we should do next is go ahead and switch over to the Super Game Boy, see if that works on this system. That would be pretty darn sweet. So let's go ahead and do that now. So there she is, the Super Game Boy boots up, but does the Game Boy Everdrive boot up? That's the question. And the OS isn't, oh, it does in fact boot up. That is a huge plus. So on the Smoke Monster Everdrive pack for the Game Boy, you do have Super Game Boy Enhanced section here. So let's go ahead and find a game in there. Why not, right? Pack Attack, Pack in Time, Pac-Man Special Color Edition. Why not? Let's just check that out. I don't really want to jump into a first-party game. Don't want to get copyright striked from Nintendo. But this is nice. It works. Let's play Pac-Man. That's the color enhancement here. You know, I guess that's all right. Doesn't look 100% like Pac-Man. Not anywhere near the original colors, but that's all right. It's just a Super Game Boy Enhanced color. You don't really get the same colors as you would on the Game Boy Color, you know, for Game Boy Color specific games, which do not play on the Super Game Boy, by the way. A lot of people think, you know, might think it does, but it doesn't. The Super Game Boy only plays your standard gray cartridges or your black cartridges that were compatible for the Game Boy Color and the original Game Boy. So keep that in mind. Super Game Boy, original Game Boy games, only black or gray carts, and some do have Super Game Boy enhancements like this game. So pretty cool stuff. Definitely pretty sweet. So that's awesome. We got some extra compatibility here with the system with specific Everdrives. Now, the final one we're going to go ahead and test is the Everdrive N8. And like I stated in the beginning of this video, I really doubt that it's going to work. Most of the time, NES flash carts, Famicom flash carts do not work on clone hardware. So we might as well just go ahead and see and confirm that. I'm going to go ahead and slide the switch over to the NES now. And there we go, guys. Unfortunately, the cart does not boot up. I have tried multiple times, and it's just not happening, guys. So that's pretty much confirmed. NES flash carts will not work on the Super Retro Trio Plus. Doesn't really come as a surprise to me, so I'm not that disappointed. It would have been sweet if it did work, but hey, we've got the Mega Everdrive works, the SD2 SNES works, and the Game Boy Everdrive works. Cool stuff indeed. Happy to do this and check this out. Kind of, gives a little extra life to this system if I so chose to use these on them. I don't know if I'd really leave these lying around for my kids to use because, flash carts, not for everybody. They can be pretty pricey, and I have definitely spent more money than I should on these things, mostly to be able to showcase things on this channel for you guys, ROM hacks, or even the feature of these carts with these clone systems. A lot of people were asking for that for months now. So, hey, had to just buckle down and do it, and had to do it for you guys. Can't be greedy here. You know what I mean? Got to make sure all bases are covered. So I do appreciate you guys dropping in, checking this out. Throwing out those suggestions and questions and video ideas and, just wanting to know, does this work? So happy to do that for you guys today. Smash that like button, subscribe, do all that sweet stuff. It means the world to me. And with that said, I will catch you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Boom.